The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! The incredible turnaround by the New York Mets has taken them to their first National League Championship Series in 9 years.
It's that time of the year. Red October is back. The Phillies are back in the playoffs, and as we finish the final week of the regular season, there are some questions to be answered for this team. The elephant in the room is obviously that the Phillies offense has gone ice cold in the playoffs in each of the last 3 postseason runs. They are looking to change that narrative this year and get us back to the World Series. Over the last couple of postseasons, we have taken a look at players who I believe will be the Phillies' X factor in the playoffs. In 2023 it was Aaron Nola, and he had an excellent playoff run that year. In 2024 was Bryson Stott, and he had a clutch go-ahead hit to help the Phillies win Game 2 against the Mets in the NLDS. It's 2025 now, and it's time to figure out who the Phillies' playoff X factor will be this postseason. I've selected 5 players who I think have the chance to take home this title, and at the end of the video, we will come up with the Phillies' playoff X factor. Hit that like button to show your support for the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Almost 90% of you watching are not subscribed, so if you want to stay up to date with all things Phillies sports, consider subscribing and join the family. Comment on who you think the Phillies' playoff X factor is going to be, and one reason you think they will be. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. First things first, let's get one thing out of the way. An X factor for the Phillies isn't going to be someone obvious, like Bryce Harper or Kyle Schwarber. They are the ones that need to produce regardless in this playoff run. We're trying to figure out who is going to make a great difference in the Phillies' success if they play well or if they play bad. First up, we are going to go with Alec Bohm. Bohm is an interesting player, one who has gained mixed opinions from fans over the years. Bohm has been a part of each of the Phillies' last 3 playoff runs. None of these playoff runs were special for him, and last year was brutal as he went 1 for 13 against the Mets. He was even benched for one of the games in the NLDS because of his poor play. The Phillies need Bohm to produce if they want to have success this postseason. His regular season numbers are good. As of September 22nd, he is hitting .282 with a .731 OPS. He has 10 homers on the season and isn't going to wow us with his power, but his clutch is what I like most about him. He has great numbers with runners in scoring position, hitting .288 with a .758 OPS. My number one frustration with this Phillies team over the last couple of years was their inability to hit in the clutch, but Bohm has consistently been one of the more clutch players we have. If he can hit with runners in scoring position in the postseason, we're going to see great success with this lineup. His splits between righties and lefties are also really good, as his average is pretty much even between the two. His slugging is a lot higher against lefties, but with Bohm at this point in his career, I'm worried mostly about his average. If he's consistently hitting .280, nobody can complain about that. It also appears that he's heating up at the right time. In his last 7 games, Bohm is hitting .367 with an OPS of .1006. Alec Bohm is an extremely important part of the Phillies' success. We need to get this version of him in the playoffs instead of what he has given us in the last 3 postseason runs. Let me know what you guys think about Bohm. Is he your X factor, and do you think he will perform in the playoffs this year? The next player that could be a potential X factor this October is Jesus Luzardo. Luzardo has had a good season in his first year in Philadelphia. His ERA is 4.08, but that has been inflated from 2 of his horrific outings a few months ago. His expected ERA is 3.46, even with those 2 bad starts. If you take a look at his Baseball Savant page, his underlying numbers are spectacular, giving you hope that Luzardo is due to pitch even better than what he has given us, and what he has given us so far is still pretty good. The Phillies' playoff rotation, as it is at this current moment, has Luzardo as the Game 3 starter for the NLDS. This is big as it will be the first road game of the playoffs. It is going to be important for Luzardo to go on the road and set the tone away from Citizens Bank Park. Him being the 3rd starter also means that he is set up to pitch in any Game 7 in the NLCS and World Series if it gets to that point. This used to be the spot for Ranger Suarez, and he has dominated in that role in the postseason. But with injuries to Zach Wheeler and struggles by Aaron Nola, Suarez is the 2 starter. The biggest concern for me with Luzardo is his walks. His walk rate isn't terrible, being in the 53rd percentile, but it seems like when he gets into trouble, it's because he's walked too many guys and puts too many runners on base. If he can limit this, then he's going to be scary for any lineup to go against in the postseason. His FIP is also the lowest mark of his career for a full season of innings, and he has given up fewer than 1 homer per 9 innings this season. Luzardo has limited postseason action, 2 seasons with Oakland and 1 with Miami. He pitched 3 scoreless innings in 2019, he was awful in 2020, and was okay against the Phillies in one start in 2023. He's a different pitcher now. We should have our full trust and confidence in Jesus Luzardo for this playoff run. He has shown that he can pitch well this season, and now he has to do it on the big stage. He is a great candidate to be the Phillies' playoff X factor, but let me know what you guys think. Our next candidate on my board is reliever Orion Kerkering. Kerkering is someone who has gotten a lot of hate from the Philly faithful this season, but is one who is key to the Phillies' success in the bullpen. His ERA is respectable at 3.28, but his whip is way up from last year, going from 1.08 to 1.39. He allows a lot of inherited runners to score, which is something that can't happen as a late inning reliever. His numbers with 2 outs are not something to write home about, as he has given up 4 home runs and 19 runs with 2 outs in the inning. His baseball savant page is a mix of good and bad results. His velocity numbers are good, and he doesn't allow a lot of hard hit balls or barrels, but he's walking guys at a higher rate and not getting guys to chase as much as he used to. For reference, I will put a comparison of his 2024 page and 2025 page. Post All-Star break, Kerkering is an ERA of 4.09 in 22 innings. Getting Orion Kerkering right heading into the postseason is crucial to our success. A positive for him is that he has 2 seasons of postseason experience. In 2023, he pitched well besides that Game 4 in Arizona, and he was great against the Mets last year, only giving up 1 run in 3 2/3 innings of work. If Kerkering gets it right, he is going to be an asset that will be used in the 7th and 8th innings of ball games. He won't have to worry about closing out games because of Jhoan Duran, but he's going to pitch in some big spots. He needs to unlock his 2024 version of himself, and I think he will. I have a lot of faith in Orion Kerkering, and he has great potential to be the X factor for the playoff run. This next candidate has become a quick fan favorite in Philadelphia, and that is none other than center fielder Harrison Bader. Bader has brought fire to this Phillies lineup ever since coming over at the trade deadline. He quickly took over the starting center field spot, and consistency at that position is something the Phillies haven't seen since prime Odubel Herrera. Bet you guys weren't expecting an Odubel Herrera reference in this video, were you? For the Phillies, Harrison Bader is hitting .329 with a .900 OPS. He has already homered 5 times and is filled in nicely for Trey Turner in the leadoff spot during his absence. The strikeouts are an issue with Bader as he ranks in the 14th percentile in strikeout percentage, 22nd percentile in chase rate, and 23rd percentile in whiff rate. Obviously, we would like to see him improve on these numbers, but he's still hitting great and with a high average. His average has jumped nearly 30 points since joining the Phillies. His defense is also severely underrated as he ranks in the 92nd percentile in outs above average and 84th percentile in arm strength. A sprint speed in the 85th percentile is also very nice for this lineup to have and in the outfield. Going away from Bader's numbers, he has brought the fun back to the Phillies. Before the trade deadline, things weren't the best and the vibes weren't where they needed to be. He fits in so well with the rest of the guys, and it is showing in their on-field production. Everyone seems to be doing a lot better now that he is here, and there is much more clarity in the lineup. Harrison Bader is so important to the success of the Phillies, and he may end up being the X factor that we didn't know we needed to finally win a World Series. The final guy on my list is Bryson Stott, the 2024 Phillies playoff X Factor. Stott looks like he's becoming the player we all thought he would be for the Phillies. The start of the year wasn't great for Stotty, as he hit .233 with a .636 OPS in the first half of the season. But since the All-Star break, he has hit .301 with an .882 OPS. These are amazing numbers, and he has completely turned his season around. My thought process is that it matters what you are doing recently. Yes, Stott was terrible in the first half, but he worked on things and became a great hitter for this lineup. He is having the opposite type of season that Nick Castellanos is having. I know a lot of you guys were angry with me in my last video for criticizing Casty, but he is someone who starts hot and goes ice cold for the rest of the year. I would much rather have Stott starting badly, but then playing well when it matters most. Having someone like Stott at the bottom of the order is perfect for the Phillies. He makes a lot of contact, doesn't strike out or swing and miss a lot, and walks at a high rate. Take a look at his baseball savant numbers. The numbers in blue aren't great, but those aren't the ones most important to his game. The bottom numbers that are all in red are the most important to who Bryson Stott is, and he's excelling in those categories. He is a Gold Glove caliber second baseman ranking in the 92nd percentile in outs above average, while also being the Phillies' main threat on the bases with 26 steals in 31 attempts. When Stott is hot, so is the rest of the lineup. When he's going good at the bottom of the order, it gives the rest of the lineup a chance to breathe and just go out and play their game, taking some pressure off them. One of the things I love most about Stotty is his ability to hit the ball all over the field. This, matched with his contact numbers, makes for a dangerous hitter and a tough guy to get out. If you take a look at his spray chart, you can see he hits the ball everywhere, only ever pulling the ball when he hits for power. One important thing that goes way under the radar is his improvement on hitting the fastball. In 2024, Stott was terrible at hitting the fastball with a run value of -6, but in 2025, he brought that number all the way up to a +5, a drastic improvement on such an important statistic. The only pitch he really struggles with this year is the sinker, having a run value of -8 this season. In 2023, the season that he was at his best, he also struggled with the fastball with a run value of -4, and more of the same in 2022 with a run value of -14. We've never seen Bryson Stott hit this well against the fastball, and this is why he has seen improvements this year, mostly in the second half of the season. He is vital to the team's success and a strong candidate to be a back-to-back Phillies playoff X factor. This decision was exceptionally hard for me to make. These 5 players are all worthy of being the Phillies playoff X factor, and their success is important to the team's success this October. Alec Bohm, Jesus Luzardo, Orion Kerkering, Harrison Bader, and Bryson Stott are all intriguing players to choose from, but first I want to narrow it down to my top 2. Those 2 players are Orion Kerkering and Bryson Stott. These 2 guys will determine the Phillies' success in October. If Kerkering struggles, I foresee the bullpen having a rough postseason, and if Stott struggles, I could see the offense having a lot of trouble. But in this video, we are only picking one. Who is the Phillies playoff X factor? Is it Orion Kerkering, the questionable bullpen arm who has proven to be lights out in the past, or is it Bryson Stott, the 2024 Phillies playoff X factor who has been on another level since the All-Star break? It's close, but I'm going to have to go with Orion Kerkering as my 2025 Phillies playoff X factor. His success is so crucial to this bullpen, and if he is the pitcher I truly think he is, then I don't see us losing in October. Kerkering has to be that guy in the late innings, or we can suffer a bullpen collapse this postseason. I, for one, cannot wait until the playoffs start. It is going to be an incredible month of Phillies playoff baseball, and I'm so interested to see who we might be playing in the NLDS. Is it going to be the Dodgers, the Reds, the Mets, the Diamondbacks? Who knows? One thing I know for sure is that these 5 players are going to be important if the Phillies want to beat any of these teams. No player is more crucial to them right now than Orion Kerkering, who needs to silence his doubters and pitch like the guy we saw last season. It can be done. Some guys just perform when it matters most in the postseason. Let's hope that Kerkering shines bright and becomes one of those players. Let me know in the comments who you think the Phillies playoff X factor is for the 2025 postseason. Is it Kerkering? Is it somebody else in the video? Or is it somebody else on the Phillies roster? I want to hear everything you guys have to say, so put your thoughts in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed this Phillies content, and subscribe to stay up to date with all things Philly sports. Follow my other social medias below to stay up to date with all things in my personal life as well as stuff for the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.